Hello, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Juliet. Today I'm going to be making a popular Nigerian dish called Moi Moi. Moi Moi is made with black-eyed beans, and the black-eyed beans comes in either white or brown color. And this beans is very nutritious. It's rich in protein and carbohydrate, and it's actually classed as a complex carbohydrate because of the high fiber content and essential minerals, and most of this can be found in the skin. So I'm using the brown beans because this is what we mostly eat in my household. I've picked out the beans and I've removed the husk, and I've soaked these beans overnight. The twist in these beans, in this recipe, is that I'm not peeling the beans. I'm leaving the skin on. So you can soak this for a minimum of 4 hours before using it. So I'm also using the red bell pepper and the long pepper. This long pepper actually adds a rich color to it, and the red bell pepper is more of the color and the taste as well. So I've got onions, and I've got garlic and scotch bonnet. You can tell that I don't eat too much pepper. So I've got the chicken stock powder as well as the shrimp powder. I've actually blended the large shrimp into this powder. I usually use these large dry shrimps and I blend it into powder. I'll be using fish for in this moi moi. I don't use eggs because I don't like hard-boiled eggs. I'm using canned mackerel fish, so I'm using 2 of these. I'll also be using a traditional leaf called oma leaves. So we usually use these oma leaves to wrap any pudding that requires steaming. So it can be corn pudding, it can be moi moi, it can be agidi. So I've also got the moi moi cup, which I have greased with butter, because I find when I use oil it still gets stuck in the bottom. So I'm going ahead to blend the beans in the blender. I'm going to be blending this in batches, but I'll be using a cup of water. I won't be using much water because the beans is already soaked and it's very soft. The skin is very soft. So I'm going to blend this into a smooth paste. As you can see, it's looking very, very smooth. So contrary to the belief that moi moi skin doesn't blend smooth, you can see how smooth this paste is. So I'm adding the peppers, the onions, the salt, the stock powder, the shrimp powder. I'm adding everything into the beans, and the onions and the peppers will also release a bit of water in the mixture. So I'm going to blend this into a smooth paste. And if you know any reason why we actually peel beans, do let me know in the comments. So although I'm using 2 cans of the mackerel fish, I'm actually using oil from one can of the fish. We don't really need much oil in moi moi. So I'm adding the oil into the mixture and I'm going to blend it again. So I've blended everything in 2 batches, and I'm going to mix everything together, and you can see how smooth this mixture is. So apart from having health reasons where people cannot digest fiber, do let me know why we peel moi moi skin, or rather beans, the skin of beans. So I've got the mackerel fish, which I've broken into chunks. The good thing about this is that there is no bone. There are no bones, and this mackerel fish actually stay firm in the mixture. If you eat sardine, it's almost like the sardine, it's just that this is firmer and is very tasty as well. So I'm going ahead to put the scoop the moi moi into the cups as well. I think we should really have a discussion about beans skin. The caption should be beans for moi moi, to peel or not to peel. Anyway, you already know which side I'm on. So let's have a discussion. Let me have your views. So I'm I'm going to wrap this with the Oma leaves. So I'm breaking this Oma leaf at the lower part, the point where I will be bending it. So watch my hand closely to see how I wrap the leaves. These leaves is actually very good because it keeps the mixture sealed up. If you wrap this very well, it shouldn't leak out. So I've made a hollow and I'm going to pour the mixture in the hollow and wrap it in. So I started wrapping with Oma leaves in my early teens when I was growing up, so call me a pro in using Oma leaves. So this, after scooping it in, I wrap the other end of it. You have to wrap it tightly so that the mixture doesn't leak. If you wrap it very well, it shouldn't leak anyway. And it adds flavor, a very pleasant flavor to the moi moi. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap all the others the same way. And if you cook this moi moi, if you use this recipe, do let me know how you got on. Put it in the comment section. So I've been boiling a cup of water in the pot and I'm going to steam the moi moi. I'm putting the pot in the bottom so I don't need to line the bottom of the pan because the cup is covered anyway, and it's going to act as a layer for the moi moi that is wrapped in the leaves. I'm going to steam this for about 30 to 35 minutes on a medium heat, and I'll keep checking it to see if I need more water. You can tell that if the moi moi is cooked when it's firm to touch. So our moi moi has cooked perfectly, and look at the color. If I don't tell you that the beans was not peeled, there is no way you can tell. It's looking so tasty, and you can see the chunk of fish. I told you the fish will be intact. It's added flavor to the moi moi and it remained intact. And the texture of the moi moi is so nice. The ones in the cup are slided out very nicely. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and do subscribe. Until I see you next time, bye.